But then when Kyrie Irving say, oh, my mental health is off, everybody go crazy about that too. Do you not think that affects someone mentally? If you don't have the mindset that you're the best ever, you failed already.
When you focus on the past, that's your ego. I did this, beat this team 4-0. I did this in the past. I won that in the past. Right. And when I focus in the future, is my pride. Like, yeah, next game 5, I do this and this and this. Right. I'm going dominant. That's your pride talking. Like, it doesn't happen. Like, you're right here.
Do you view this season as a failure?
It's not a failure. It's steps to success. Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years was a failure? That's what you're telling me? No, I'm asking you a question. Yes or no? There's no failure in sports. There's good days, bad days. Some days you are able to be successful, some days you're not.
75 years. That's how much time you get if you're lucky. 75 years, 75 winters, 75 springtimes, 75 summers, and 75 autumns. When you look at it like that, it's not a lot of time, is it? Don't waste them. Get your head out of the rat race and forget about the superficial things that preoccupy your existence and get back to what's important now. Right now, this very second. And I'm not saying drop everything and let the world come to a grinding halt. I'm saying that you can become a seeker. You can be loving more. You can be taking some chances. You can be living more. You can be spending more time with your family. You can be getting in touch with the part of you that lives instead of fears, the part of you that loves instead of hates.
And in case you're like, yeah, but my real life would just be so much better if my top 5 challenges disappear. Would it? I'd like to point out that if Super Mario Brothers was just jumping over one pit and then you rescued Princess Peach, no one would play it. Where's the risk and the reward? Where's the challenge? There's no ultimate feeling of satisfaction. The degree you're getting today means so much to you precisely because of all the struggle and setbacks that you've had to endure. So if you want to cross the river of life, you're gonna get wet, you're gonna have to backtrack, and that's not a bug, that's a feature. Frame those failures and slips like a video game, and not only will you learn more and do it faster, but it will make all the successful jumps along the way that much sweeter.
Being alone and feeling alone is 2 different things.
I don't have motivation and energy to do all this anymore. I have tried everything and now I am exhausted.
I don't understand how I can be fine and totally fine, make so much progress the very first time, and then completely fuck everything up. The only answers are I'm an idiot or I'm doing it on purpose.
I don't need you. That's what it was. That's what it is. Somewhere a long time ago, I needed somebody, and they didn't do it. And so I decided at that point, I guess, I don't need you. The only person I need is me. And the only thing I won was being alone.
I'm just afraid that if I died today, that my life would have amounted to nothing.
Yeah, you know what? My life is fucking miserable. I hate my fucking life. I hate it. I am fucking depressed and fucking miserable.
Tell me you did. Let me feel like the piece of shit I am. Did you love me or not? Answer me!
I was just afraid. I just had this thing built in my head that they hated me or that they just did not like me.
You doing? How are you doing? How are you doing?
That's the thing about being alone. It's not that you feel like you don't have anybody. It's like you feel like nobody has you. I don't need you. That's what it was. That's what it is. Somewhere a long time ago, I needed somebody, and they didn't do it.
Why did you reject me?
I think maybe you work out too much for me.
I think you don't work out enough.
We're all gonna die one day.
Yeah, it's true.
So we live like that. Live like you could die tomorrow.
What I'm saying is I'm always waiting for everything to be perfect before I live my life. You can't wait for everything to be perfect to start living your life.
You can fucking achieve the absolute impossible. You don't need great parents. You don't need like a private school. You don't need to have this humongous GPA and all this other shit. What you need is the one thing I talk about in my book. was just straight up brutal work ethic. You had to be willing to outwork everybody in the world.
Whatever you're doing in your lives, we're all gonna die one day, so don't get too caught up in the bullshit and the hype. Live your life while you're here, because you never know what's gonna around the corner. Heart attacks, disease, wars, life could just hit you like that, so try and enjoy every day. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't get too caught up in the bullshit.
He's a 10, but he's short.
A 1.
It's been the most memorable time period of your life.
Being married to my wife for 51 years. I'll never forget her. We were a perfect couple and enjoyed each day together. And when I lost her, I lost my life. So I'm just existing now till I go and join her. And I'm 93 years old, so I don't have much time left, I'm sure.
Ending it all, so I figured I'd give my favorite streamer my last 10. Hope it all goes well in the future. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please find somebody. Reach out to somebody right now. Talk to them. Please talk to somebody. Davey, I expect to hear from you in the morning. Here's the deal. Davey Wavy, I want you to listen to me very closely. I want you to listen to me very fucking closely. If you are not in this channel tomorrow...
You look lonely. I can fix that.
I don't want to live in a hole anymore. It makes me feel poor.
We are poor, but we're happy.
Come see, come ça.
How you doing? I'm fine. Okay, I guess you're fine. I didn't realize that fine meant I'm not fine.
If you got separated from the tribe, if you were alone, you were depressed and anxious for a really fucking good reason. You were about to be eaten. Yes. Right? You were in terrible danger. If you got injured, no one would help you. You would die. Being acutely lonely is as stressful as being punched in the face by a stranger.
Are you afraid of death, by the way? Yes. It's hard because... Like, what if you just die and then you just see nothing forever, you know?
Yeah, the nothingness.
It just fades to blackness and you're just like that for trillions upon trillions to billion squared years. And...
If you were to die right now, how would you feel about your life? I don't know. I wouldn't feel anything good about my life.
I want to cry all the time. My eyes just won't let me.
Is there anything I can do to help you? I'll give you a hug.
I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. Because my mother made me believe in myself. No matter how many people tell me, stop believing in yourself. Stop saying what you can do. Stop affirming what you're gonna do and then completing that in real life. I always felt like I could do anything. That's the main thing people are controlled by. Thoughts, their perception of themselves. They're slowed down by their perception of themselves. If you're taught you can't do anything, you won't do anything. Anyone that's creative understands that there's no amount of money that can be given to them to make them not want to or have to create.
Yeah.
I think people focus too much on the past and focus too much on regret. We get too caught up in the past and what everyone's saying and what everyone's tweeting. And sometimes you just have to be fearless enough to break the simulation.
If someone else spoke to me the way that I speak to myself, I'd have to kill that son of a bitch because, I couldn't tolerate that.
Soon, you'll have forgotten all this because you'll be dead. And soon, all the people who know you, they're going to be dead too, and they'll have forgotten you. And so what's the point of being mean to people?
There's one thing that I, Steve Irwin, would want to be remembered for. It's be remembered for passion and enthusiasm. Conservation is my job, my life, my whole persona.
Most men live lives of quiet desperation. It's one of my favorite quotes ever because it's true. And I've been that guy.
Oh my God.
You're just in this world where you just can't wait to just run away.
The fuck you do when you're depressed and you don't know what the fuck is going on with your life. I'm 23, about to graduate. All these kind of good things are happening around me, but man, I ain't been more depressed in my life.
And I meet famous people that have succeeded at the highest levels. I go, how long were you happy for?
Why is every pretty girl with a horrible looking man? I don't understand.
She would walk in, I'd be like, hey, good to see you. And I'd go to my dressing room and just go, oh, I'll never be able to be with her.
My mental health is off. Everybody go crazy about that too. Do you not think that affects someone mentally?
Like, not everyone can smile more, okay? Like, some people are dealing with shit.
I'm sorry, dude.
And I come on here and I'm like trying to like be entertaining for you, but I'm miserable inside and like, I don't know, I don't feel like I'm respected at all.
I should change. Why should I change? I've never even got to find out who I am, and you want me to change? That's crazy.
And so I decided at that point, I guess, I don't need you. The only person I need is me. And I'll be damned if I'm ever going to need somebody. I ain't...
I'm married! Why are you leaving me? Why did you make this wrong? I don't understand. I thought you liked me!
What you want to hear? Some sad story? You trying to feel sorry for me or something?
I don't want to feel sorry for you. I want to understand you. I want to know what is going on
There's
with
nothing
you
to
in
talk
my house.
about. I don't want to talk about anything. I've been trying to forget it. It's dead. Leave it. Leave it. Let it lie. Not talking about that shit no more.
Happy or sad?
Sad.
Okay. But I warn you, I'll break your heart.
Already broken.
You just have to show up for
Show
once.
up?
Yes.
Show up?
Yes.
I fucking showed up for you! I showed up! I was standing there for you!
Oh, fuck
and
you!
look where that got me!
So this is my fault then?
I showed up for you!
This is my fault, right?
I showed up for you!
It doesn't scare me, just
I can't do it! Why do you even want me?